Thanks for joining the EO Johannesburg Accelerator sessions. It's going to be a series of interviews that we do with some of our Accelerator members, talking about their business, about their life, about the influences that led them to where they are now. And I think it should be an interesting couple of sessions just to get to know each other and what we do as well. So today, for the first in the series, we've got Mike Lysko, the CEO and founder of Flock. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Calvin. Really appreciate the opportunity and great to be part of this fantastic series. Looking forward to seeing some other awesome entrepreneurs that are part of the Accelerator program.
Brilliant. Thanks, man. We've spoken a little bit about your company in the past, but maybe for everyone listening, do you want to just give us a quick 1-minute overview of what Flock's all about?
Yeah, sure. So Flock provides an eventing platform that allows event organizers to easily build websites, mobile apps, and host online events.
And how long's that been going?
So I bootstrapped the company in 2013, and then the end of 2013, and then went into it full time in 2015. So I would say actively 5 years now.
Okay, we'll get to that in a bit. Maybe let's go back as far as we can. What do you remember as being your earliest exposure to entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I was definitely influenced by my uncle, who had a video store and an ice cream parlor. And I used to work there during the holidays while in primary school. And it laid the foundation for a good grounding, a solid work ethic, and seeing that people were prepared to pay for a service or a product. It also helped with the in-store promotions that they were doing to get that flair of creativity. I used to have side hustles in high school, anything from selling cold drinks and snacks on the school bus to, if there were popular things at that time, I'd source them from overseas and try sell them to the kids at school. And it led me to start thinking, as opposed to working as, typically going out and getting a job as a waiter, I was thinking, how can I make my own way in life and make my own money, essentially. So there was a radio station at the high school that I attended. I joined that, used to be on the school radio every Thursday. And that led me to think, well, if I enjoy music, I can get some money, which I loaned a bit of money from my dad, bought a sound system, and then started DJing and throwing events for the local schools and local area. And that actually led me to starting my first business, my first formal business, when I matriculated and then went into university. So in the first year of university, I registered that business with a partner. And we threw events, for 100 attendees up to about 10,000 attendees.
So you did the hot soup business. You moved into corporate for 3 years, you say, and then this itch that you had to scratch kind of came back, and you ended up starting something new. So tell us that story, how it all started.
Cool. So to give you some context, I had always enjoyed technology. I did coding in school, so that sparked the passion for all things tech related. And that combined with the events company sparked an idea to see how we could digitize events and get information and content to the attendees in a streamlined fashion. Because I found that attending events, especially if it was a corporate and business event, you had these reams of paper, brochures, everything stuffed into your goodie bag as you arrived, only to see that people were throwing that away. And there was such a waste of printed material. If things changed last minute, you had an announcer speaking over the intercom, as opposed to, it literally, once you go to print and things change last minute, a speaker couldn't get there, it's done and dusted. So I was looking at solving that problem. How could we, first digitize the information that was being thrown away through printed material? And two, how could we communicate effectively and efficiently with those attendees. So an idea came around to start an app for events, essentially. And that was the birth of App Your Event.
How did you take it to that next step? So proof of concept up to, fully fledged product. What happened there?
So what we had done is I saw a tech accelerator being advertised, and I joined that tech accelerator. And that helped to establish the thinking around, do we build this from scratch? Because it was a proof of concept. And someone came up with an idea or suggested that, there's products out there, can you license them? So we found a company overseas, we licensed their product for a little while. And through there, we were able to find out the learnings of, what were they missing from their platform? They weren't really keen to invest heavily in South Africa. Our contract was coming to an end, and I said, there's no support or anything. Why don't we build this ourselves and actually expand on it and not just focus on the app? And that's what we did.
Was there a lot of similar types of apps or services out in the market, or was it a pretty niche, unique thing that you guys were embarking on, apart from the one that you were using?
It was very niche at that stage, very, very niche.
And these days, kind of that industry expanded in any way?
It has, most definitely. We've seen global competitors pop up, local competitors. But what differentiates us is that we've got an integrated platform that doesn't just provide an app. It provides a communication tool, invitation and email marketing tool, and you're able to build websites as well with no coding experience.
Yeah. 2017 is when you guys rebranded to Flock, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. What was the reasoning behind that? What was the catalyst for going that route?
Because we were expanding the platform, just not being a mobile app any longer, but being this comprehensive platform, we decided, let's change the name from App Your Event to Flock. And essentially, it's because people will flock to your event with the use of our software.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. And so that, that's kind of been the majority of what you guys have been working on the last couple of years, rebranding, massive global contracts, and then 2020 hits, and the eventing space changes completely. How did you guys adapt? What happened this year?
Yeah, I think it was, for everyone out there, it's just been a crazy time. Specifically being in events, as you've mentioned, our pipeline was wiped out overnight with all the lockdown restrictions that happened, events being cancelled left, right, and center. We had seen what was happening overseas in terms of the trends. So we adapted even before the lockdown came through locally. And the development team built integrations that allowed for live streaming into the platform itself. And yeah, that really helped us just to change our mind shift to be able to accommodate a native integration into live streaming. And then we had looked at partnering with some virtual online platforms, which we did, and that helped us to extend the business offering to include fully virtual events.
So what's next, Mike? What's the big vision, the BHAG, if you will? Where does Flock go from here?
So definitely improving on our platform. Hybrid events are going to become a standard where essentially you'll have a smaller audience at the venue itself, and then you've got a larger audience online. This allows, for speakers to come through where you may have never had that opportunity to bring a global speaker to speak to your audience. It saves costs, travel time, a whole lot of things. So for us, we're going to look at how can we extend that hybrid offering onto the Flock platform. And yeah, essentially we want to get 10 million users on our platform within the next 5 years and be doing a $10 million revenue, and 60% of that revenue needs to be annual recurring revenue.
Well, and I'm sure you'll get there. Best of luck, Mike, and I will be cheering from the sidelines. So thank you so much for speaking to us, and on your new adventure in Portugal as well. I wish you the best of luck and enjoy it. We'll come visit.
Appreciate it. Yes, you're more than welcome. As the Portuguese say, it's bom dia. So you're more than welcome to pop in. Let's have lunch. It's a beautiful country.
Fantastic. Thanks, Mike. Cheers.
Awesome. Cool.